how does something like this happen? Wow. I honestly never saw a guy hit a lamppost. How did he did he slid over? I'm guessing these guys were racing each other, you know? Well, it's early morning on Saturday, October 26th, I think, 24. So it's my turn to work Saturday. So the other driver is off, and my first order is nice. I'm in a Freightliner, not a pickup truck, and my load is it's called Mini. It's called Mini Track Loader. It's one of those machines with kind of like a skid steer, except there's no cab and you stand behind. Right? And yesterday I came to work in my Dodge Durango. Co-workers were really impressed. Even the boss is like, holy moly, what is this? And I said, well, you guys pay us a decent salary, so I decided I can afford a second vehicle. But I brought it to work yesterday because I needed after work to go to the registry. So I went, got the plate, because the registry, the DOT office, they open till 6. I got off work at like 4:15, 4:20, and that office is not too far. So I went there. Only spent probably 10 minutes in the lineup, because sometimes when they're too busy, you can be there for an hour, you know. And I said, I need a plate for like a commercial for Uber, and she says $190. I said, $190? I said, last time I paid $30. And then I remembered that originally my Jeep had a regular plate where I paid $90, because that's what they tell me. The annual fee is $90. So I paid $90 for the Jeep regular plate, but then I came back because I was signing up with Uber and I needed a commercial plate, and that's when she charged me $30. So basically that was the difference between, you know, regular plate and commercial plate. But now it's $190. I said, why is it $190? And she says, because it's gonna be longer. It's October 24, but your registration will be valid until 26, so it's a longer term. So $190. So that's the pretty much first expense, because the dealer gave me a full tank of fuel. So thanks again to South Trail Chrysler. And I called them yesterday. I said, did you guys forget to give me the all-weather floor mats? And they said, no, your car didn't come with all-weather floor mats. And you know, which is interesting, because it's a much more expensive vehicle than my Jeep Compass Trailhawk Elite, which did come with all-weather floor mats, and they're like Mopar, you know, it says Jeep on the side, like the brand of your vehicle. And of course the cheapest way to do it would be to go to Canadian Tire and get like generic floor mats, but I hate those. They never fit correctly. They either too tight or too loose, you know. And so I called local Chrysler here, and I said, you guys carry genuine weather floor mats for Dodge Durango? And the guy checked on his computer. He says, yeah, we have them. I said, how much are they? He says $290. Holy moly, okay. but I need them, you know, with the winter coming. Like, I do have floor mats now, but they're just, you know, regular fabric ones, so they're gonna, as soon as there's snow or water on the ground, right, those floor mats, they're no good. And so yeah, today, sometime during the day, because I'm pretty sure the Chrysler is open,
stay to the right to exit 261B.
so I'm gonna stop by and get those, because yesterday I didn't have time. They were closing at 5:30, and when we were talking on the phone, it was already like 5:10, 5:15. And then when I came home, I decided to start with Uber and Lyft, as opposed with the rental website. Cannot do everything at once, right? So I started with Uber, and it's pretty easy over there. When you click on the, you know, your account, you click on vehicle, there's an option that says add a vehicle, and they also offer you a rental. They say, would you like to rent an electric vehicle? No, thank you. I just add a vehicle. So they ask me for my take a picture of the registration or title in US, right? Take a picture of your insurance. Did that, and then it says take a picture of your TNDL, the license. So I took a picture of that from the screen of the computer, and 5 minutes later they sent me a message. No, we do not accept a photo of a photo. Could you please take a picture of your original license? Which original license? I never received that one. It came by email, so it was a PDF, right, or image file. And then I looked closely at that stupid license, and it basically, yeah, it allows me to carry passengers, and in the body of the letter, the city of Calgary says, we understand you are associated with Uber and you're driving the following vehicle. And I'm like, and there's my make and model, you know, Jeep Compass, VIN number. I'm like, wait, so does this mean that I have to get another TNDL because this vehicle is different? And so I did not redo the I did not take another picture of this TNDL because I thought that it's a waste of time. And so I know they always want vehicle inspection first, and it took me a while to find the name of the shop where I did the Uber inspection for the Jeep, because I look at the inspection form, which is called Elvis, right? Enhanced Livery Vehicle Inspection Standard. I look at that one, and surprisingly, the name of the shop is not there. It just says mechanic's name, and there's a mechanic's name. I tried to Google the guy, and there's like 50 people with that name. It's like Arabic name or Indian or something like that. And I don't see any mechanics. I see like a financial advisor. No, I don't need a financial advisor with that name, right? And then I look at the date, and so now I know the date when I did the inspection. I remember it was Saturday, and so I'm thinking, wait a second. So I probably paid with my debit card. So I go online, log into my bank account, and search my debit purchase records for I think it was May 27th, 2023. And sure enough, there's a charge. I remember it was $50 plus tax, like $55 or something. And there's a name of the shop. And right away I remembered that's the place. So I found his address, and he's open today, but only until 4. But on weekdays he's open until 6. So I think if I can call him and, you know, book something for the late evening, it might work. Or I can just drop off the car in the morning and then grab a taxi and come back to work and then return after work, but that's gonna be expensive, you know, like, well, taxi and stuff. But we'll see. But the other option is, you know, our chain, Canadian Tire, does inspections. Last time I could not find the one that would accommodate me, so I found this shop. But I'm thinking today's Saturday, tomorrow Sunday, so I'm gonna call a few Canadian Tire branches and see if they can help me with the inspection, because without the inspection nothing happens. And then I just take a picture, upload it to Lyft and Uber, and we'll go from there. So yeah, the process started, right? So the goal for today is pick up the floor mats and hopefully find inspection place for tomorrow, because the Canadian Tire is open 7 days a week. Okay, where are we turning here? And it's dark, and as you can see, and there's hardly any people, so it feels like midnight instead of early morning. It's because it's Saturday, right? So everybody's sleeping.
In 500 meters, turn left on 30th Avenue Northwest.
But actually, I always liked working on weekends, as you might know, because of this. So no people, less traffic. Now it would be nice. Imagine someone on the freeway and a big truck just barreling down the road with a heavy load. Houses here are like pretty big.
In 300 meters, turn left.
So yeah, I drop this off and then I pick up, I go and do a pickup. So 2 stops on this first trip. So and the pickup is a scissor lift. So today we're probably gonna be busy, but in about half an hour it should be daylight. And then today we started at +2, 35F, and then during the day it's gonna be really warm, like I forgot, 16, 17 degrees plus. So we had our first snow, right? So, but for now things are looking up. Maybe winter is not coming this year.
Turn left on 30th Avenue Northwest.
This way?
In 200 meters, turn left on 9th Street Northwest.
Holy moly, look at this. It's like a mountain over here. A huge hill. Okay, I better focus. Well, the machine is off. It's a private house. The guy is doing some kind of a construction.
In 100 meters, turn right on 30th Avenue Northwest.
Under his own power. And there's in this area there's lots of, like, this is another, oh, they're building, oh, it's like they're rebuilding a house or something. But yeah, this is a rich area, I think, judging by the size of the mansions. And the sky is,
Turn right on 30th Avenue Northwest.
the sky is turning gray. So even though it seems unlikely, but daylight is coming.
In 200 meters, turn right on 30th Avenue Northwest.
I think I'm going down, yeah, it's the same hill. Like, look at this. It's like Rocky Mountains over here.
Turn right on 30th Avenue Northwest. In 500 meters, turn left on 4th Street Northwest. In 300 meters, turn left, then turn right.
Oh, people already have lights for Christmas. Or maybe they never turn them off.
Turn left on 4th Street Northwest. Then turn right on 32nd Avenue Northwest.
Lots of turns here. This one?
Turn right on 32nd Avenue Northwest. In 1.1 kilometers, turn left on Edmonton Trail Northeast.
So that's a night Calgary for you guys. My boss yesterday, when he was looking at my new Durango, he says these tires, he says I got the same tires, they're like all season tires. He says yours look a little bit better than mine, and he has a Ram 1500, and the tires are what was the name? Pirelli Scorpion. And of course they're not winter tires, and the guy says they were awful in the snow. When he started driving his truck in the snow, he says they were not good. And he says but we can
Turn left on Edmonton Trail Northeast.
we can get you tires, because they're like a dealer, right? They always buy tires for their own equipment. And he says we are able to get you tires at cost, you know, which is pretty good. So I'll see how the vehicle behaves in the snow. If it's slipping all over the road, I'll probably have to get the winter tires.
Turn left on Edmonton Trail Northeast.
Oh yeah, I see this. There's a guy in the front with a little trailer. He has some lumber, and he has a Kubota skid steer.
In 400 meters, turn right on 36th Avenue Northeast. Turn right on 36th Avenue Northeast.
It's freaking Waze, you know. I'm using Waze, and it's known for trying to save you 10 seconds, you know. And so it's sending me on all these turns
In 300 meters, turn right on 32nd Avenue Northeast.
instead of taking a slightly longer route, which would be more acceptable for a truck. But I know where it's sending me.
Turn right on 32nd Avenue Northeast. In 900 meters, exit to Highway 2 South, Deerwood Trail.
So finally we made it to the freeway. Because the place where I'm going, it's southeast.
In 300 meters, exit right. Exit right to Highway 2 South, Deerwood Trail.
found my scissor lift. They hid it away because I delivered it yesterday over there on the dock, and the place is closed. So I was sitting there for like five minutes trying to see what I should do, and then I noticed the paperwork says ground, not dock, ground. And the key, they said where they hid the key. So I drove around the building and I found it. I think we're good. Saved $4 today. Did not buy Starbucks. Small tall Americano, $4.15. Instead, yesterday I bought my favorite herbal tea. It's called Sleepy Time, and it does not make me sleepy, but it has all those relaxing herbs, like zero caffeine. And so in the morning I boil some water, pour it in, and in this cup, in this mug, it stays hot for a very long time. By the way, the cheating, a quicker way to secure the machine, and what we used to do when I was in towing, because I have a winch, right? So what you see sometimes people do, which is illegal, by the way, because, you know, there's no binders. So what they do is they put a chain in the back.
Turn right onto 36th Street Southeast.
And they make it tight, right? And then they attach the hook of the winch in the front. Like this machine has a spot where to hook it up. Yeah, so yesterday I dropped it on the dock over here, dock 3, and that's where I came. But then I realized, wait a second, the building is closed, there's no sign of life anywhere. And then I drove around, found our machine.
Left onto 64th Avenue Southeast. Then take the first right onto 36th Street Southeast.
And so yeah, then they would attach the winch to the front, and they would tighten the winch. Of course, they will drag the machine against that chain in the back, and so everything is tight.
At the next light, turn left.
And then they turn off the hydraulics, so the winch cannot, in theory, cannot move, but the cable can move, you know. And so yeah, there's no bind, there's nothing. But I remember one guy, the company I work for, they, you know, there's a big turnover. People don't like these. People don't like these towing jobs, you know, because it's dirty. You are somewhere on the road, changing tires, you know, for AAA, or in Canada it's called CAA, and you make like dimes and nickels, and you're always dirty. So it's much worse than what I'm doing. I'm doing, you know, equipment deliveries. I don't deal with cars. And so there was a big turnover at these towing companies, and I've been there like probably, you know, almost a year. And so when they hired somebody, now I was already like a trainer, you know. Hey Sergey, let this guy go with you, you know, show him the ropes. Yes, sir.
Turn right onto Arlo Trail southeast.
And so this guy, like he was older than me. Like I called him old guy. Well, now I'm old, but back then, you know, I was, I don't know, 45 or whatever. And he probably was like 55. Very old. And so what this guy did, he used this method. He hooked up the front with a winch, but then in the back on that chain he put a binder. Can you believe this? So he tightened the binder on the chain, but in the front he had the winch. And what do you think happened? He broke the cable, you know. And then 2 weeks, and they told him, don't do this, you know. What the heck are you doing? Like, why are you tightening the binder against the cable on the winch, you know? And he didn't listen. I think 2 weeks passed or 3 weeks, and he did that again, and he broke the cable again. Like, you know, the cable is, I don't know, what is it, like half an inch? So it's pretty solid cable, you know, all steel. So this guy managed to destroy 2 cables in less than a month, and of course they're not cheap. And so the boss says, that's it, you're going home. Man, I still remember, it was 2002, I believe, probably, yeah, like 22 years ago. Yeah, I was 40. Yeah, I was 40. Oh, we're passing Petro Pass. Spent many nights at this truck stop here when I was coming to Calgary. It's okay, you know, you have food inside, coffee, showers, you can do laundry, the parking is free. But I never had Petro Pass card, so I was not able to buy fuel here. And actually some of them allowed to go inside and pay, you know, with a credit card or debit card, but a lot of them, the lady inside, she has no control over the pumps. But sometimes they have, sometimes they have just like one pump for people who don't have Petro Pass. Because if you have Petro Pass, right, you just go, there's a little kiosk right there next to the fuel pumps, and you put that card in, you enter your code, you choose the pump, and you can start pumping, and then you get the receipt, so everything is automatic. But it's a specialized card. Actually, that's what we're using now. Like this company, they are signed up with Petro Pass, and so yeah, there's 2 truck stops. So this is Road King. Oh, that's where remember that guy Umberto, whose truck burned down? That's where he was staying, because there's a hotel in the back. A very cheap looking hotel. So I gave him a ride a couple of times here and from here. And so yeah, if you decide to use a winch, you know, let's say you're just going, I don't know, around the corner, and you don't want to put chains on, don't use binders, you know, against the winch. Just pull up the machine with a winch. But some guys do a variation, which I'm pretty sure is also illegal. So the guy puts a chain in the front, and then he drives the machine with its own power backwards until the chains in the front are tight, and then he puts a chain in the back and puts one binder on it. Like, I never saw it before until like a few months ago, where I see these guys, they're doing it, which is not right. A chain, yeah, a chain without a binder, it's not a tie down, right? But some people, you know, they have no training, or they don't understand how things work with load securement, So I always do 2 chains, 2 binders at least. And then if I see if the machine seems to be heavy, I Google or I look on the machine for a number to see how heavy it is. Because if it's over 10,000 pounds, right, so it qualifies as heavy machinery, you must use 4 chains, 4 separate chains, not just 2. But again, most people don't care. They just put 2 chains on a 30-ton excavator and go. And then they act surprised when the machine falls off on a turn, you know. So yeah, gotta be careful with heavy stuff. All right, so this was my second stop, right? So stop 1 was delivering a cute little mini track loader. Stop 2 was picking up this pretty big scissor lift. So I wonder what they'll give me now, because I'm the only driver today, this being Saturday, so it might be I might have some scaffolding fun later today. Oh, and also now the big item will be now with the winter coming, the big item, and actually guys in the shop rearranged everything, because you know they put the most popular items in the front closer to the doors where the customers come in. Like in the summer, like the area in the front, it's covered with generators, tampers, you know, those tampers that you used to pound on the ground. All kinds of small machines that people use in the summer. But now I see they changed everything. Now that whole area is covered with heaters, you know, commercial heaters. And then of course we have propane tanks, and I hate those. But in winter, when you know, when people building something, right, let's say they pour concrete and they need to keep it warm or something, and so yeah, heaters get a lot of usage. And so when we deliver a heater, so of course I have to grab a bottle or, you know, a tank with propane. And that's why I just did this dangerous goods, so I can deliver more than 5 propane tanks at one time. And the sky does not look very good. It looks like it's gonna snow again, I think. Maybe not today, but like, look, that's the type of clouds we had when it snowed last week. But this side is okay. Maybe it'll pass. So this is north. Yeah, just delivered a boom lift northwest of Calgary, you know, where this is, of course, this is the rich area. Like, each house has like 50 acres of land, it seems, and I've been here many times before. So this is called Woodland, what is it, Woodland? Yeah, Woodland Road. It's northwest of
500 meters, turn left on
Calgary, so there's mountains over there, that's west. Oh, check this out. Some guys, what is it, the Viper? No, that's not a Viper. What is this? No, that's a Chevy.
Turn left onto Bow Valley Trail, Alberta 1A East.
Yeah, and now I'm turning on 1A. Oh wow, the mountains are beautiful today. I'm turning on 1A to go back south towards 201. This is a bit of a scary intersection.
Continue on Alberta 1A East for 7 kilometers.
but that's how you do it. You have to go in the middle, otherwise you'll never make it. Oh, that guy's quicker than me. Okay. But I'm a slow vehicle, I cannot do it like that. So I want to wait till the curb lane clears so I can go there. By the way, this box behind me, I stopped by, I talked on the phone yesterday, right, about the floor mats, and stopped by the local Chrysler dealer and was able to pick it up. Yeah, it took him a while to find it, but it's like all in one box. It's not very heavy, so roughly $300 after tax. And I said, how many pieces are there? The guy says 4. So basically they don't give you, even, it's for my particular vehicle, more power floor mats, but you don't get floor mats for the 3rd row because I have 2 seats in the very back, right? So you only get the driver floor mat, the passenger in the front, and then 3. I have a bench seat in the 2nd row, and that's what I got. So we're gonna install it today. And it looks like I'm finally selling a lens I've been trying to sell, I don't know, for like 5 months, because I'm trying to get back to prime lenses. And I have this one lens, 2470 f4 zoom, which is a great lens, but it's not, all my photo shoots are indoors. You know, like that Stampede breakfast I did with this lens, it was a disaster and I didn't have a flash, so now I do. So now I'm ready for all kinds of events. But the other day, I think last week, no, beginning of this week, because today's Saturday, some guy texts me and he says, are you free tonight? Can you do a quick real estate photo shoot? Like he wanted me to come over right away and take pictures of some house, right, or condo or something, right? So basically didn't give me any notice, just basically, are you free now, you know? And I said, I'm sorry, I'm tied up until like 5 p.m. I didn't tell him that I'm working, because the guys expect you, you know, if you tell them that you are, well, my ad online says freelance photographer, but I'm guessing many people assume that you do it full-time. And this guy finally, we agreed on the price, and I just talked to him, so we're gonna meet later today. I brought the lens to me to work. It's sitting in my Jeep, and we're gonna meet somewhere later today. Of course I have to give him a huge discount because nobody seemed to want this lens for some reason. Like, it's not working for me, that doesn't mean that it's a bad lens, you know. It's great, it's sharp, it needs like now, for example, now if you're shooting something outside, like a landscape or something, it's perfect. Like, you know, if you want to do like some street photography. So once I sell it, that's it. I'm down to 3 very cool prime lenses, 35mm 1.8, 50mm 1.2, a very expensive and exclusive prime lens, and the last one is 85mm 1.8. and I have 2 cameras now, so, and a flash, so, and I bought that harness, right, so I can put 2 cameras, so one will have 35mm, no, one will have 50mm always on it, and the other one will have either 35 or 85. and then I'm ready for anything. And these are 1.8 and 1.2, so you can shoot in the dark, plus the flash. I never use it yet, so I have to but the battery is charged. You know, I'm gonna use it in fully automatic mode, so it's pretty simple. You just attach it and the camera does everything for you. So anyway, I called dispatch. I said, hey, you know, I'm like 30 kilometers away in Northwest. You want maybe a pickup for me somewhere on the way? And she said, no, it's okay, just come back empty. I said, all right, it's your fuel. So yeah, I see the day is turning out to be pretty nice. So now it's plus 13 Celsius, which is what, 10 is 50 F plus 3, probably like 56, 57 F. And we started at -2. It was pretty chilly. My hands were freezing when I was working with chains and binders. Yeah, and straight ahead, very far away, in kind of like a fog or smog, straight downtown. So if I go like this, that's 1A, takes you right southeast towards downtown. You know, mountains over there. The one thing about Calgary, there's always these pockets of water everywhere, because they seem to have these holes in the ground that gets filled up either from rain or from springs underneath. So I'm driving and I always see these mini lakes everywhere. So Stony Trail, Highway 201, the Ring Road. Couple of very bad hills over here, and trucks are always crawling, you know, with four-way flashes on, and it's always a traffic jam because people cannot see besides their nose, so nobody realizes there's a slow truck in front of them unless they're right on the bumper, and then everybody has to brake. Does something like this happen? Wow. I honestly never saw a guy hit a lamppost. How did he did he slid over? I'm guessing these guys were racing each other, you know? And the guy just went off the road. And it looks like it just happened. Man, well, there's people there, so probably they already called cops and the ambulance. But the guy seemed to be moving in the driver. But imagine the shock. Let's say even if you're doing like, I don't know, 60, 70 kilometers an hour and you hit a lamppost straight in. Either they were racing and the guy lost control, or they were drunk. But time now is only 1 o'clock, but it's Saturday, so you never know. Yeah, it's 12:43, so basically 1:45, and I'm going 50 kilometers towards my first stop on the other side of Calgary. So this is after lunch. I just stopped and I had a quick 15-minute break, and I was thinking between McDonald's and Dairy Queen. McDonald's is a bit cheaper for a double Big Mac, no cheese. But those patties, you know, those like 3 millimeters thick, right? So I went to Dairy Queen and I got number 8 flamethrower sandwich with 3 patties, but they're much bigger than the ones that McDonald's uses. And the burger was 10 bucks. So I believe it's well worth it. I didn't even get a drink, just trying to save some money now. And so this one, they gave me, I have 4 stops. So normally we carry scaffolding in a pickup truck, right? But this time they said, okay, load this very small load of scaffolding on the Freightliner, because you also need to load a small tracked loader, similar to the one I delivered this morning, but this one is yeah, it's pretty much the same, except that this one is Bobcat and the one I delivered this morning was Ditch Witch. But the same machine with a small bucket in the front and you stand in the back, kind of like a mini skid steer with no cab. And so stop number 1, 50 kilometers away, or over 30 miles, is drop off this scaffolding. Stop number 1 is drop off the scaffolding in the south of Calgary, and then stop number 2, I deliver this mini skid steer to a Bobcat dealer, because there's it goes in for repair. Something is wrong with fuel supply. Fuel gets shut off and the machine dies. And so the guy helped me to load it at the yard, and he says, if I were you, I would keep it idling, because what happens if you cannot start it over there? And it's in the very front of the bed, right? Because I needed space for the scaffolding. I'm like, how do you drag it off? It's on tracks, so it's not like you can push it down, you know? So I hope it'll start. So that's my stop number 2, and stop number 3 is I pick up a big scissor lift, and stop number 4 I pick up a small scissor lift, and then I take them back to our yard. And probably if it's you know, the distances are very big, so probably by the time I get back it'll be almost the end of the day. So this might be my last trip, and then I can go home, or actually no, I'm gonna go and meet that guy who wants to buy my lens. Oh, and I managed to book a appointment for tomorrow for Elvis. Man, it only took 1 phone call, because I knew that the Canadian Tire in this area close to me does not do inspections for Uber, and so I called the one near the Walmart on 64 Ave. There's a very big Canadian Tire over there, and I said, you guys do Elvis? She says yes. I said, when can I do it? And the guy says, well, today we booked, but you can stop by tomorrow. I said, what time? He says, how is 3 p.m.? I said, perfect, I'll be there. So he took down my phone number, and he asked me a couple of questions about the vehicle. He said, what's the year and what make and model, and what size engine do you have? So I told him it's a 24 Dodge Durango 5.7 liter RT, and it's brand new. Just has 135 kilometers on it, so which should not be, you know, a big problem to inspect it. Just same as with a Jeep Compass, it was in a very low mileage when I was doing the inspection. And so hopefully after that, it should not take too long to get the updated TNDL, Transportation Network Driver's License, and then I can start using this. I always want to say Jeep. I don't know. It's not a Jeep. Dodge for Uber, and then probably Sunday I'll start working on the rental website. See if I can get registered over there. So I guess that's it for today. Unless I'll see something extraordinary. Thanks for watching, guys.